does your Notion movie tracker start off looking great, only to end up like this a few months later, just a long messy list of title and dates? Well, I decided to fix mine. Here's the simple checklist I created for this project. First, it had to be hostable on a free service. Second, it needed to fetch movie data automatically. And finally, I wanted to simplify and clean up the layout. For hosting, I chose Python Anywhere. It has a great free tier for my needs. Since I'm only going to be running the app once a day, there's no need for constant updates. That's overkill for a simple movie tracker. The only catch with the free plan is that you have to extend the schedule once a month to keep it active. Besides that, it's a solid service and I'll definitely be using it for future projects. Next up, all the movie data automatically. For this, I'm using the TMDB API. It's free for personal use and has comprehensive movie data for both movies and TV shows. With the backend sorted, it's time to clean up the Notion template. First, I renamed the cover property to poster to avoid confusion with Notion's page cover feature. The type property was simplified from 3 options down to just movie and series. I also completely removed the platform property because it wasn't adding much value. I replaced the 5 all option with a new star system that includes half star and even 0-star options. You never know when you will need one of those. The all watch bar was unnecessary, so that's gone too. I also added a few new properties. The most important one is the need update checkbox, which is the main trigger for the script. When this is checked, the script knows to go and fetch all the data for that entry. I also added a simple reward checkbox and a few other options for the script to use. So for the app and Notion to talk to each other, we need to connect the script by creating an integration. I call mine Popcorn DB. You just need to give it a name, an icon, and permission to read and write content. This integration is the little robot that does all the work for us. After building and testing the script locally, it was time to deploy it to Python Anywhere. I set up a scheduled task to run the script once a day. We should check for new entries that need updating, and with that, the new template is complete. The main dashboard now has quick action buttons to add a new movie or series. Let's add one now. I'll just type in the title and you can see the need update checkbox is already pre-checked. Now the next time the daily script runs, the poster, cast and everything else will be filled in automatically. Over on the right side at the top, I placed a list of the next 10 upcoming shows, and right below that is the currently watching section, where I can quickly update my progress, add a rating or write a review. For a full view, I can jump into the collection. This page contains every single movies and series I have logged. Here I can use all of the Notion's powerful filtering and sorting tools. For example, if I want to find a movie starring Sydney Sweeney but cannot remember the name, I can just filter by the cast property, type her name, and there it is. The other pages like the calendar view are pretty self-explanatory, and at the bottom there is a simple table view of the entire database, which is useful for bulk editing or importing data from another service. Thanks for watching, and that's a wrap. Also in the next one. Bye.